Morning, guys. It's Monday, the 6th of January. Happy New Year to those who are just joining us for the first day today. We are Signal Centre, Talking Ball, Joe Neighbour, Ian Coleman, Steve O'Hare. Good morning,
Good
guys.
morning.
Morning.
How are we doing?
Yeah,
All
not
good.
too bad.
Good weekend.
Yeah, quite quiet, which was good.
Lovely.
Yeah, fully recharged now, ready for 2020.
Yeah, it feels like it starts today. I think, although we started back last week, it feels like it starts today.
Well, coming on to that, we've got a picture of a fat cat in the background. It's Fat Cat Day today. Do you know what that means?
Something to do with the companies, major companies, and their
Britain's leading firms' bosses have all by 5 o'clock tonight will have made more than the average wage in the UK.
Wow.
Quite depressing, isn't it?
No.
Well, yeah, I suppose so.
£29,559 by 5 o'clock tonight.
Wow. Is that the top how many companies?
It says FTSE 100 chief executives.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Bloody
Crazy.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at how much we're making on
Are
our
they
gun to the
happy?
head.
Are
Well,
they happy?
probably
That's the
not. They're
thing.
probably working all hours, aren't they? And I do.
Oh, I don't
They
know.
won't even be back at work yet, will they?
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So gun to the head challenge. Let's have a quick look at how we went on Friday. I got stopped out on CAD Swiss. Steve, you made 0.82R on gold. And
should have held on to that till this morning.
Yeah, that's kept going, hasn't it? So you're on a nice little winning streak. And Ian, you made 0.3R on US dollar CAD. Now that's actually taken you into the lead by 0.09R. So congratulations. Fantastic win rate, 64%, very consistent.
Yeah.
Lovely jubbly.
Overall, we are up 36.27%. So
not too shabby. How many sessions is that? Do we know?
That's in 36 trading sessions.
Okay.
So I have to start calling us the fat cats soon.
Yeah.
All these winners.
Fat something or other.
Yeah. So Steve, it's your honour today based on your gold win. So
nice.
I know you're in a hurry to get your trade out. What are you looking at?
Yeah, it's all a bit late, mate, to be honest. Let me share the screen. So I was looking at Dow this morning. I've put a little bit more effort into this morning's trade than I normally do, obviously.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
I don't even bother. But yeah, I looked equities obviously having been impacted by what's going on from the global situation. Everything's destabilizing after the US have attacked the Iranian Republican Guard leader. And so it's sort of like we've seen this equity move to the downside. We've seen gold rally to the upside, which we sort of like with looking at on the Friday morning as well. Over the weekend, equities again have come under pressure. Now, the US stocks are still slightly elevated in terms of value, and I think they've got a little bit further to come than maybe their European counterparts. So I've gone for this instead of DAX. I sold DAX earlier this morning, short of that, but and I just sold Dow at 28,460. But it's my trade for the day. I've got to sell it at market now, which is 28,412, which isn't ideal entry, obviously, but I'll take that. And the stop on the trade is buying back at 28,525.
Let's just stop.
That's actually, I'll change that to 12 to keep it.
No, your target is 28,125.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm making that 12 as well because we like 12s. 112. So that keeps the 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio.
Nice.
Lovely.
Happy days. So your stop is 28,512.
Yeah, 28,512. Getting short at 28,412. Target 28,112.
Cool.
Easy. Keeping it simple for me.
Yeah. What are you looking at, Ian?
I'm looking at Euro CAD to the upside. It's already started to move a bit more aggressively. We're having a bit of a recovery in oil. Recovery. We're starting to see a bit of a move down to the downside in oil, and hence we're seeing a move in stronger, weaker Canadian dollar. So I'm looking at Euro CAD A few factors here. We've got a cipher pattern. We've got an exhaustion count on a shorter time frame. We've also got what I think is going to be a head and shoulders breakout. It's a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it's offering sort of decent R. It was offering very nice R when I looked at it the first thing this morning, but it's still not too shabby. So I'm looking at buying at market, which is at the moment 145 the figure. I need a decent stop on it though, unfortunately, because I've got to get underneath this level. So 144.70 is a stop, and the target level is 145.75. So about 2.5 R.
Okay, lovely. I'm taking a look at some of the New Zealand dollar markets. Overall, I've got so looking at the daily chart here, we've seen it roll over to the downside. This is New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. Obviously, Swiss franc becoming stronger as people seek safer havens amid what's going on in the Middle East. So just looking for a continuation of the move lower here. We did see a gap lower, which hasn't quite been filled yet from the Sunday open. We had a little bit of a look this morning, but that's sold off, and I think we could continue to head lower. So I'm looking for a move to new lows in the short term on that. So I'm going to sell it at market, which is 64.64. Stop there at 64.82, and I'm going to target and move down to those. Well, it's not quite 2R there. Down to that low there, 64.22, 2.27R. So that's my trade for today.
Lovely.
Cool. So news-wise, more just chat about what's going on with the Middle East. Trump's obviously been doing a bit of goading over the weekend. Stocks are showing losses, as Steve mentioned this morning, and from the overnight opens yesterday. So we got, in terms of news, Iran announced that it was withdrawing all nuclear deal commitments, further increasing underlying tensions, while the new Iranian Kurds military commander vowed to remove the US from Iran. And I believe they had a vote on that over the weekend.
Yeah, they all had a bit of a party on the back of it afterwards, didn't they?
Did they? And I've seen pictures from the BBC website about the funeral of the guy that was killed.
Yeah, there was hundreds of thousands, wasn't there?
Yeah, so
and they've
not good.
They've even been demonstrating outside the US embassy in London, obviously,
And
all over the weekend. But,
yeah, so that's not great. And obviously, commodities are pushing higher on the back of that. WTI strengthened to a fresh 8-month high above $64 a barrel, and Brent moved above the $70 a barrel level as well over the weekend.
80-month high for gold. 80 for gold. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, 6-year high above 1550, a big move higher on the open overnight yesterday on that, and silver is at 3-month highs at 1830. All the economic data which sort of pales into significance with all this going on. ISM was weaker in the States, and the Fed minutes were broadly neutral. The US ISM non-manufacturing business confidence declined to 47.2 from a previous 30 or 48.1. The market expectation was below 49, so I think the market largely expected that. In the UK, we've got the House of Commons returning from the recess today. Boris is back from his Caribbean trip, which he got a bit of criticism for because he didn't pipe up when the news struck about US and Iran.
It was a freebie after all, so you can't blame him for staying there, can you?
Not really. Not
20
sure
grand a week accommodation.
What he could have done. Is that what it was?
20 grand a week. Yeah, he paid for his flights though. He got a free butler and bed maker thrown in.
What a wanker.
So. Jealousy gets us nowhere.
It doesn't, no. Data-wise today, we've got French, German and Eurozone services PMI, which is due out pretty much now between 8:50 and 9 o'clock. Then we've got UK services at 9:30, followed by US services PMI at 2:45.
We mustn't forget it's non-farm payroll week this week, not last week. It's Friday. And there's a decent amount of figures out tomorrow, actually. We've got ISM manufacturing PMI at the US tomorrow. and CPI and retail sales out of the Eurozone. So I think tomorrow could be decent.
Okay.
And Wednesday you got ADP employment change as well. German November factory orders.
And I imagine with the guys being back from the recess or in UK Parliament, we should get some more Brexit-based news.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, I mean, the only thing about these rallies in gold and oil, obviously, oil's rallied just on the back of this escalation in tension, not really on the back of any supply disruption. So it's a little bit one of those, obviously, diving in now, trying to get long now of oil would only benefit you if the Iraqis or the Iranians responded with some sort of oil embargo or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but then they're shooting themselves in the foot as well because they need to do, they need to sell their oil. So, and the gold, I think there's the gap in the charts, potential for a sort of filling that gap before it carries on. But at the moment, this moment in time, I wouldn't contemplate the gap too much.
Okay. Cool.
Still higher to go.
And the 52 targets that Trump keeps on going on about targeting. Do we know what they? I don't suppose we know what they are, do we? Because otherwise they would know what they were.
Yeah. Otherwise they put an umbrella over it or something, just to stop the bomb hitting. No, I don't. I don't. Why did he do 52? He did 52 for a reason, didn't he?
It was for the amount of. It was something to do with hostages they'd taken or something.
No, that's
from
right.
The
Yeah,
US.
he'd gone back sort of like years and years, and there was 52 hostages taken.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
And that's what I did. I thought it was something to do with the States of America or something like that.
Well, it works as well, doesn't it?
Are you starting your training today, Steve?
Yes, I am. Monday.
Sporty look.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sort of tattooing freezing here. The only thing I had was a tracksuit which had a load of dust on it. But yeah, I'm starting training back tonight. So yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah,
good luck. Yeah,
tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm already on side on.
You're taking profit, are you?
I'm 4 ticks on side. Can I take mine?
No, sorry. 9 o'clock. Those are the rules. Them the rules. Right, gents, let's wrap it up there. Welcome back, everybody, and we'll catch you again tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.